definitely here. Can feel it on the strut. Is with these polybush strut top mounts, you need to lubricate them on the outside before installing them, which I didn't do because usually they come with a little packet of lubricant in the box. This time around, I don't know why, but for some reason mine didn't, and so I forgot. So I'm going to lubricate that now. So I'm just going to drop the strut, let it drop, and because I've got coilovers, this can easily come down. So you can see I've got access to the part around the top of that bush. Apply some lubricant here. So usually you can use like some copper sort of brush, but I'm just going to use this sort of moly grease on there. We should be fine. This to come down further. So that's just fully in there now. All I'm gonna do is apply grease in here where the top of the bush makes contact with the strut tower. It's probably too much. Okay. Put a nice decent layer on there. Don't be shy, cause definitely don't want this squeaking anymore, and hopefully this fixes it. Okay, reposition this back into the strut tower, so I'll just have to push on this so it goes back down, and I'll be able to push and align this back in to the middle. There we go. Just put the jack back on there, and I'll be able to put that on. Okay, so that's in. That to compress. Get this back on. So the rattle gun, then you can torque it up afterwards. Oops. And fingers crossed that fixes the issue. Okay, let's drop the car and see if I can make it do the noise now. Please. I think that's done it. Do the other side. This side didn't do it as much, but I know for sure I didn't lubricate the housing, so just test it out again. So that side's absolutely fine, but I'm going to lube it up anyway since it doesn't take that long to do. So now what I'm going to try is to undo that swaybar nut and end link nut on both sides, and then moving back here just near where the steering rack goes. Where is it? Under there. This is the swaybar bush. I'm going to try and lubricate that and see if that helps with the whole creaking situation. It kind of does look a little bit degraded there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so So now that super awkward bolt has been removed on top. Should be able to get the bracket off. That bolt has been removed. That bracket should come off. And I'll be able to get to that bush. Okay, so this is the bracket and this is the state of the bush now that I've taken it out. Don't know if that's good or bad, but anyway, I'm gonna lube it up on the inside and then reinstall it, see how we go. So I do a big quick forward and back like before, see if that sound comes back. I think it's still there. Didn't help at all. Still there. That is super annoying. So I've removed a whole bunch of things to gain access to the engine mount bolts here, the two 18 mil socket bolts on that side, and the same thing here. All I needed to do was remove the airbox to get access to the gearbox mount bolts. I'm going to loosen them up and then move the engine slightly this way to hopefully get that clearance I need at the subframe for the Roadster, especially where there's those two extra bracing points that are making contact with the, I suspect anyway, that's what's making contact with the exhaust. So I've got the jack here already supporting the engine from underneath. I'm just gonna crack these loose. All these things in the way. Oops. Okay. They're nice and loose now. Okay, so with the pry bar, what I'm doing is I'll get into this little gap right there, and I've already moved that over a little bit. So you can see that there's like a little bit of movement that I can get here, and there's like a bit of a witness mark that you can see at the base mount to the swinging sort of top mount here of the engine mount. It's moved over a little bit to the right. And I'm going to get underneath and just double check to see what that placement is like under there once I tighten these up. These guys, again, you can see that that's moved from their original spot. But what I'll do is I'll get underneath and just check to see if that's made any difference to the clearance at the subframe bracing, the extra bracing on the Roadster, where it was super close. Let's see if that's made a difference. I really don't think it has, but anyway. Let's
kind of same really. I don't think there's anything more I can do. Maybe if I've got a different rubber, which might be able to prop it up a little bit. I don't know, I'll just see if I can get one. It's maybe not as big as that. But yeah, I don't think that's done much to alleviate the issue, because there's still the same amount of gap here, which is the point where I think it's touching. And if it wasn't a Roadster, this section here wouldn't be there, and so I wouldn't have the issue.
So I'm going to try with a different rubber mount for the exhaust hanger. This is an 8L part number, this is a 1K part number. You can see it's like much shorter, but maybe that's going to be helpful in helping to pull that away from that extra sort of mounting point in the subframe.
There's that gap again. Annoying gap, really close, no rubber. Let's see how we go installing this. Let's see if it helps. Yeah, but let's see how that goes. I'll put the TT down on the ground now and test it out. Fingers crossed. Way more wiggle. Also, way more room here. So it's probably the way the downpipe was bolted on. Okay. Now it's really close there, but I think it should be fine after this little adjustment. Things you've got to do to tighten up this downpipe. So the clearance there is a lot better, and what I've done is I've just jammed this in there just so I could get the clearance that I wanted, or more clearance, way more clearance than before, while I do up the nuts up at the downpipe. So the nuts of them up, you can see them in there. Anyway, from here it's a lot easier to view. So I did the top one first, which is right under the inlet manifold. The one in there, I don't know if you can see anything. And I did the one that's closest to the firewall, and the last one is this one that I'm doing now. And the tool was on there, but let me just get the tool on there again. That's the last one to do, and I'll take a little amazing spacer there and see what the clearance is like afterwards. So this is a lot of fun trying to get these done up or undone. So after all the things, this is where I've landed. So clearance to the downpipe and the prop shaft now kind of looks like that. Hopefully there is a difference. And then clearance from the downpipe to the little extra frame or extra bracing on the subframe is now like that. Hopefully you can see, sorry, it just keeps shadowing on itself. But that's clearance now. Hopefully there is enough of a difference to actually make a difference and not rub anymore. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So now it's just time to get the car back down on the ground and give it a go. Okay, so this is attempt number 3 or 4, I don't know. There's been so many tries that I've lost count. But let's see what happens. And if it's not fixed after this, then I quit. It's still there. Bloody bastard. Pretty sure it's still there. Maybe not as bad, but still there. No? Might need to go for a drive. Oh, I think it's fixed. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go for a drive around the block and I'm gonna see if that's actually fixed it or not. See how we go here. Oh, that was really close on that side. I can still feel something under there, which is a bit annoying. Yes, turn off Mark II. Nah, still something there. Actually, I think it's gone. Usually because it would happen turning right. Downpipe clearance, because it would have happened by now. Happy days, happy. Good. So do yourself a favor and jump straight to the downpipe clearance to fix the issue. Hope that's helped and see you next time.